This is an official emergency bulletin from the Brookpine School District and the County Safety Authority. Please remain calm, stay where you are, and listen carefully. This transmission is being broadcast for your protection. Earlier this morning, multiple reports were submitted regarding strange behavior exhibited by children under the age of 10, particularly younger siblings. The common thread among these reports is small but specific. They've stopped blinking. Parents initially dismissed it as odd behavior, a game, perhaps, a dare, but it isn't. Surveillance footage from classrooms and nurseries confirms some children have not blinked for over 6 consecutive hours. Their eyes remain open, dry, glassy, but unblinking. They do not appear distressed. In fact, they are smiling, and they will not stop. Medical evaluations failed. The pupils don't respond to light. The heartbeat is present but faint. Speech is minimal, though some have whispered things they shouldn't. No full names of strangers. Dates of deaths yet to happen. One boy recited his mother's heartbeat backwards, in time for 7 minutes straight. The blinkless children are watching us. They don't sleep. They wait. A family in East Hollow reported their youngest son staring into the corner of his bedroom for 3 straight nights. On the 4th night, he turned and said, "He's using my face now. I'm under the floor." They checked. Something was under the floor. It looked like him. It grinned like him. We believe the blinking is not forgotten. It has been surrendered. Something else is looking through their eyes now. Something that wants to stay. If your little brother hasn't blinked, do not speak to him. Do not touch him. Do not let him see your fear. And whatever you do, don't wait for him to blink again.
3:04 a.m. Motion sensors in classroom B108 at Willow Creek High detected sustained movement. The cameras activated automatically, expecting perhaps a custodian or an intruder. Instead, what we observed was a teacher, seated upright at the desk, hands folded, perfect posture, not moving, not blinking. We cannot identify her. The face does not match any current or former staff. No ID badge, no district records. And yet she wears the standard Ridgeway faculty lanyard. Her clothes are identical to the fall staff uniform. Her nameplate reads, Ms. Harper. We have never had a Ms. Harper. At 3:17 a.m. She stood. Her movements were stiff at first, like someone waking from a long sleep. Then they became too fluid. Her arms stretched further than they should have, her shadow reaching a split second before her feet moved. She began writing on the board. Nothing legible. Just loops and spirals and strange glyphs that disappear when you try to photograph them. The janitor on duty entered the room to investigate. His flashlight cut out as the door closed. We have not been able to reach him since by 3:31 a.m. She began speaking. The microphone in the hallway picked it up. She's calling roll, repeating names that aren't in our system. Names that sound like static or crying or someone drowning in syrup. One of the names sounded like yours. We attempted to shut off the power to the wing. The switches didn't respond. Every classroom light in the B wing flickered in unison, and then every locker opened at once. Empty, except for teeth. Just teeth. Not human. Not animal. Arranged in rows like waiting students. Please listen. Carefully. Do not enter the school tonight. Do not look through the windows of B108. If you hear your name spoken from behind the glass, no, you didn't. We are locking the doors. We are burning the attendance logs. We are unlearning, Miss Harper. If you see a teacher sitting alone in an empty classroom at 3 a.m., she is not waiting for you. She is remembering you, and she remembers what you were before you were born.
Effective immediately, all schools within the Ridgewood District will implement a new early dismissal policy every Friday. This decision is being made in coordination with local law enforcement and emergency response units. Parents are advised to retrieve their children promptly at 12:30 p.m. Buses will operate on a modified schedule. Students are not to be left unattended. Staff will be present to supervise departure. This change follows a pattern of disappearances. One student every Friday. Without fail, it began quietly. 3 months ago, a freshman at Ridgewood High failed to return home. No signs of struggle. No footage on security cameras. His backpack was left in his locker. His last class marked him present. The teacher remembered his face, remembered calling his name, remembered nothing else. The seat he sat in had an impression. Warm. At first, we thought it was a tragedy. A runaway. A kidnapping. But the next Friday, another student vanished. a 6th grader from Westview Elementary. This time, she was last seen walking into the bathroom. A teacher waited outside the door, heard no flush, no sink, no stall opening. After 8 minutes, she opened the door. The child was gone. There was no window, no vent, nothing but the stall door slowly swinging open, quiet, rhythmic, as if someone were still inside and breathing. We sealed the bathroom. We posted guards. It didn't help. The next Friday, a senior from Eastridge, then a 4th grader, then a kindergartner, always one. Always on Friday. Always unnoticed. Their names fall away from memory. Their lockers clean themselves. Yearbook photos gray and blur. Parents forget they had a child. Entire families dissolve into vacant homes and dusty mailboxes. As if the absence leaks backward through time, staff began noticing changes. Subtle things. In the hours leading up to dismissal, certain hallways would go quiet. Too quiet. No footfalls, no locker slams, no voices. Just that humming, the same low tone beneath the lights. Like a throat clearing. Just behind you, teachers reported something else. In every classroom, just one extra desk. Slightly off. A little too narrow. Legs too thin. No one remembers bringing it in. No one sees anyone sit in it. But by the final period, it's never empty. We tried removing the desk. It returned. We tried locking doors. They opened. We tried denying it. We tried prayer. We tried fire. Last Friday, a student spoke to it. A dare. He turned in his seat and whispered, "Who are you sitting for?" He vanished mid-sentence. No sound, no scream, just gone. The chair beside him was still warm. We've stopped trying to identify the next one. The entity chooses. It knows the rhythm. The bell rings, and it takes. And when it does, the school breathes in, just slightly. The walls flex. The clock skips forward a beat. The air thickens, like it's swallowing. Parents, do not ask your child about the empty desk. Do not let them sit in it, touch it, or acknowledge it. Above all, if your child says they saw someone standing at the end of the hallway. Someone too tall, too still, with skin like melted chalk and eyes where the mouth should be, do not follow them when they chase it. Do not listen if it calls your name from their voice. That is not your child. They were already chosen. Stay home on Fridays. Lock the doors. Turn up the volume. Drown out the sound of the bell. Because if you hear it, it's too late.
Is not a test thought. We are aware of recent reports that Elk Grove Middle School has been opening its doors after sunset. While the school's operational hours are strictly between 7:30 a.m. and 3:45 p.m. Surveillance footage confirms that lights inside the building flicker on at exactly 8:13 p.m. each night. There is no maintenance scheduled. There are no staff members on site. And yet, the building unlocks itself. At first, it was written off as a mechanical error. But last Tuesday, Officer Halperin was dispatched to investigate the nighttime activity. He entered through the front doors at 8:16 p.m. His body cam showed him walking through empty, silent halls. At 8:19 p.m., the footage distorted briefly, just a static smear across the lens. When it returned, the school was different. The lockers were sealed shut with melted plastic. The windows were dark, not with night, but with something pressed against the glass. Something breathing. At 8:24 p.m., Officer Halperin radioed in a whisper, "The students are still here." There are no night classes. We reviewed the footage frame by frame. For 11 seconds, the camera captures motion. Children, uniformed, walking single file through the science wing. Their skin was pale gray, their eyes entirely black, their mouths open not in fear or pain, but in an unchanging O, like they were caught mid-scream and never finished. One of them looks at the camera. Officer Halperin starts sobbing. At 8:26 p.m., his radio cut off. He never exited the building. We attempted retrieval the following morning. The school was spotless, every surface gleaming. No sign of the officer. But in room 2B, chalk was scrawled across the board. "It's our turn now." No one had access. No one signed in. We urge all residents, do not approach the school after 8 p.m. If you see lights on, look away. If you hear children laughing, inside, cover your ears. And if the building opens its doors to you, do not step inside. The school knows you. It remembers your name. And it does not close until someone stays behind.